So my name is Farah and I am from the marketing team of Bigin and I am going to be your host for today's session. I also have Shamita from the Zoho Forms marketing team and we will be covering the topic of Zoho Form integration with Bigin. Now, before we deep dive into our webinar, I would like to inform you of the house rules. Just give me a second. Okay. So by default, all the participants will be on mute. We know that you might have any questions during the course of this session. So you can use the Q icon that you see on the bottom of your screen. So you can post your queries and our support representatives will get back to you with the answers. We also have a couple of poll questions, so it would be really helpful if you can take part in them. And for the ones who would like to leave in the middle of the session, you don't have to worry because this is being recorded and we will be sending you the recording post this session via an email. Let's first look at the agenda for today. Since we have users from Forms as well as Bigin who might have not used Bigin or Forms in the past, I'll give a quick overview of what Bigin is and it'll help you understand what a CRM can do for your business. We will also have a look at native forms in Bigin and I will showcase the differences between Bigin Forms and Zoho Forms. Since our webinar focuses on Zoho Forms integration, I'll shed light on how it can be helpful. I'll also give you a use case of a Bigin customer who uses this particular integration, followed by a demo of Bigin. And post my session, Samita will take over and she will be giving you an overview of forms and showcase how you can set up the integration in your account. And lastly, we'll end the session with Q&A. We have a poll now. It would be great if you can take part in it. I'll give you 10 to 15 seconds. You'll see the poll question and a couple of choices. You'll have to click on one choice. Right, let's move on now. So, for those of you who don't know, a CRM helps companies to maintain records of their customers in one centralized place. So, Bigin was designed keeping in mind the startups and the small businesses because there are tons of CRMs in the market today, but nobody caters to the needs specifically of startups and small businesses. So Bigin is a simple, easy to use CRM solution. If a business is using Excel spreadsheets or if they're not using any tool, they can start their journey with Bigin as their first CRM and scale up to a full-fledged CRM when there is a need for their business. So I'll show you some of the features that our CRM can do. A company will have multiple departments. It can be sales, support, marketing, finance, HR, and so on. So to manage all of these teams under one roof, team pipelines was introduced where you can set up individual processes for each team. If you open a customer record in Bigin, you'll be able to see a complete overview of all the contact details, the email transactions, the invoices shared, notes, all the attachments that you've shared with the customer. All of that can be viewed from one single screen. And that's why we call it a 360-degree view of customer data. So Bigin has inbuilt forms that can merely help you to collect contact information from the customer, or you can add a deal directly into the pipeline. I will show you the major differences of Zoho Forms so that you understand better of how built-in forms of Bigin is different from Zoho Forms. Now, to record communication between customers and employees of the company, there are features like email integration, WhatsApp integration, telephony within the CRM, and those are the channels of communication. Even small companies need to have workflows in place to automate some areas of the business, like sending automated emails to customers, assigning tasks to employees. So this is why we have provided workflow automation in Begin as well. Now, Begin not only integrates with applications within Zoho, but it also integrates with third-party applications like Microsoft, Google, Zapier, MailChimp, HubSpot, so on and so forth. And lastly comes quick dashboards. So dashboards help you to have an overview of your business health. You will be able to monitor the revenue made by your sales team, the number of calls made by your teams, how many contacts have been added in a particular day, month, or a year. All of these components can be tracked using dashboards. Now, coming to native forms versus Zoho Forms. So, using Zoho Forms, you will be able to customize the theme of the form, the layout, the background image. You can also brand the form with your company logo and so much more. There's also data validation. For example, if there can only be 10 digits in phone numbers for India. If a customer types 11 numbers, the form wouldn't get submitted. It will throw an error so that the customer has to give an appropriate or the right number. And we also have logics, conditional logics in place. So this is where you can set up conditions based on a particular answer. In case you give the country as India, and if you give countries as India, South Africa, UAE, when a customer clicks on India, the next question will appear only then with all the states mentioned. So you can set up conditional logics as well. There's advanced automation capabilities. You can also customize the fields, like there's formula field available in Zoho Forms. Currently, there's no option to collect any attachments from customers in native forms of Begin. Whereas in Zoho Forms, you can have upload option, you can have e-signature option as well. And lastly, you can collect payments from your customers directly through the form. So these are the major differences between Begin's inbuilt forms versus Zoho Forms. Now let's talk about how this integration between a CRM and Zoho Forms can help you. Number one, you can generate leads and keep historical data in a CRM. You can go back to it whenever need arises. If you have to look at a customer's record after 1 year, you can do that using Begin. Currently, if you are just using Zoho Forms, you will have to copy the email address, go to your mail account, paste the email address, type out an email, send the email to the customer, and then you'll have to look for it after like 3 months. You have to type in the same email ID and look for it. But if you integrate both of these applications together, using Begin, you can send out emails. You can send mass emails as well. You can do complete email marketing with Begin, and every email that you send to customers will get captured under the customer's record individually. So you don't have to, go around searching for the emails that you've sent in the past. And you can automate certain processes like introductory emails. Every time you add a contact in Begin, you can set up a workflow where an introduction email gets triggered to the customer. If you have to assign leads, let's say you use this integration, you collect forms, and you can have an automation where all of the form submissions can get assigned to one single person or multiple people, and they can take over the deals accordingly. All the files and attachments also will get tagged to customer records so that everything will be organized and in one place. And lastly, these forms can also be shared amongst your top management people or your employees so that everybody is on the same page and everybody has visibility to what's going on and how many leads have been captured via this form. So since I handle the customer marketing part of Bigin, I'd like to talk about a use case of how a customer uses Bigin and Zoho Forms integration. So, Abisan is a Thailand based company and they have multiple yoga and Pilates studios. So, they have embedded Zoho Form integrated with Bigin on their website. They have another form which is on their Instagram account. So every time somebody wants to download an ebook, a pop-up appears where the prospects who visit their website need to give their email ID and name. So once they hit submit, an automatic email gets triggered to the customer, which includes the ebook. So what happens is they are able to collect the customer details as well and also automate the process to send an email directly to the customer with the ebook. And they have a particular email template as well in place, so nothing is manual here. They don't have to type individual emails to send to customers. Everything is automated in one place. I'll also show you in real time how this works. So this is the case study of the customer. This is their Instagram account. And from here, I've taken their form. As you can see, they are using the forms. And the conditional logic that I was talking to you about, if you click on this particular answer, you can just hit submit. But if you click on this, another question pops up. So this is how you can make use of conditional logics. If you click on this as well, there'll be a different question with different choices that appear. Now, I would like to show you a demo of Bigin. So for today's use case, we have come up with a company which is Zilker. So Zilker is a software company that helps customers to, purchase a software of Zilker. We have Zoho Books, Zoho Projects, and Zoho Desk in place. So I have 4 different teams of Bigin. Sales team has qualification, need analysis, proposal stage, negotiation. So what I will do is once a customer wants a proposal or a price quote, I'll simply drag this deal and drop it here in this field, in this stage. So likewise, the process will follow until the deal is closed won or closed lost. Then there is customer support team. Now this team will have a different process. So here, as you can see, there is new ticket in progress, on hold. If you look at the customer onboarding team, their process will be separate. So what you can do is you can give permissions. If you go here, you can give permissions to each team to just view their particular pipeline. Next comes the contacts module where all the contact information can be stored. Next comes companies module. If you deal only with B2B customers, you can use this module. And if you are selling products and services, you can add them in the products module. Activities is where you can track all the tasks, events, and calls. You can simply go to the calendar view. You can click on this icon, you can create a task from here. And if you want to see all the consolidated tasks, you can do that from here. And like I mentioned, dashboards will give you a pictorial representation of the KPIs. As you can see here, you can create your own component. You can have target meter. You can choose all of this and view whatever data that you want to. So let me talk to you about the same use case now. So I or my team is not using Zoho Forms, what I'll have to do is I'll click on a deal. So these are the fields that I have manually entered. So if you want to rename these fields, you simply have to click on customize fields. Here you'll have Here you'll have the option of custom fields. You can either choose from this or you can click on custom field, give a value, choose the field type from here and save. Or you can drag and drop this. You can also, rename the fields. Instead of mobile phone number, you can just have it as mobile. You can choose the field length as well. If my target audience is just Indian companies, I'll just give as 10 and I'll make this a mandatory field. You can also choose if you don't want duplicate values. If you do that, you won't get any duplicates. So once I hit save, all of these fields will appear. You can rearrange the fields as well. So currently, this is the process that my team follows. Once they get a deal, they give a deal name as, say, Zoho Books is what the customer needs. They just give a contact name. They can either choose from the contacts, type and choose, or they can create a new contact. I'm just going to choose as Sophie Miller. We'll type the contact information of the customer, type the email ID, choose which product they are interested in, like a Zilker project, Zilker books, or Zilker desk. Give a job role, and we need some of the information that we need is mandatory, the timeline to purchase, and we'll hit save. So this is what we currently follow at Zilker. Samita will show you how you can automate this process using Zoho Forms, how you can bring in leads using Zoho Forms and Bigin integration. So to integrate the two, you'll have to go to settings, go to toppings, and this is where you will find Zoho Forms. These are the native integrations of Bigin. There's also a marketplace where additional integrations are mentioned. Or if you are a developer and if you want to create your own topping, you can go to the developer console and you can create your own topping. So for today, we'll just have a look at Zoho Forms, give setup now and activate this. Okay. So now I think Samita will take over and show you the forms part, and she'll also show you how you can set up the integration in your account. Over to you, Samita.
Thank you, Farah. Give me a moment before I share my screen. Guys, please give me a thumbs up if you're able to see my screen. All right, great. So long before a customer walks into your store or schedules a meeting or even sends you an email, there's often this one thing that they do first. They fill out your form. Whether it's a contact form on your website or a registration form for your event or an order form for your product, that form is going to be the very first touch point in your customer's journey. So most of the times, it's the tone that you set here that will influence how they perceive the rest of their experience with you. So when we think about forms, it's not just about collecting data, it's more about creating an experience. So Zoho Forms is that form builder for you where you can just drag and drop your fields to build the exceptional forms that help you collect and manage the data that you collect both online or even offline. So even if you're a non-technical person, you can still create beautiful and efficient forms in a few minutes without writing a single line of code. Now, let's take a quick look at how Zoho Forms actually helps you automate your data collection process and saves you a whole lot of manual work. So, one of the biggest challenges businesses face today is dealing with manual data entry. It's not only time consuming, but also prone to errors. With Zoho Forms, you no longer have to spend hours copying responses from your paper forms or from your spreadsheets into your uh, s- tools that you use. As soon as someone submits a form, the data gets captured instantly and can be pushed to the right destination, like your support desk or to a sheet or to your CRM or any app that you use for your business. It helps you ensure data accuracy right at the point of data entry. So you have built-in validation rules for this, like mandatory fields, email format checks, and number restrictions that help you reduce errors so that you get clean and consistent data every time. You can get started very quickly with Zoho Forms. The form creation process is very simple to build a fully functional form. You have three quick ways to start instead of building your form from scratch. The first way is to create forms using AI. You just have to describe the form you need in plain language, and our AI, which is Zia, will generate a ready to use form instantly. If you already have a form, you don't have to start from scratch recreating your paper form or a PDF. You can simply upload that, and Zoho Forms will convert it into an interactive, fillable online form. We also have an extensive gallery of pre built form templates that you can browse to pick a template that suits your needs. And you can also customize the template you choose to your liking to suit your brand requirements, and you're good to go to share that form. So, Zoho Forms also offers you the option to build a form with Zoho CRM in mind right from the very start, so that you no longer have to juggle between form creation and the integration setup. The interface is designed to align your form fields with your CRM data fields right from the beginning. And once your form is ready, the next step is to make sure it reaches the right audience to get you the leads. You can share your form through multiple channels to maximize visibility and response rates in Zoho Forms. For example, at offline events, you can use QR codes. You can just display them on your banners, brochures, or even at your booth, and your attendees can instantly scan and fill your form from their phones. For wider reach, you can share your form on social media like LinkedIn, Facebook, and you can connect with your potential leads where they're already spending most of their time. And if you run email campaigns, you can include your form link directly in your emails so your prospects can respond without any friction. And of course, you can embed the form on your website so that every visitor has an easy path to becoming a lead in your Bigin CRM. You can also make sure that your forms speak the language of your audience. With Zoho Forms, you can create multilingual forms to connect with prospects worldwide. If you're able to engage with people in their own language, you can build their trust faster and improve response rates dramatically. So, no matter where your audience is located, with Zoho Forms, you can ensure that your lead capture process feels local and personal. And once you start capturing leads from around the world, you can start to understand and act on that data you've collected. Zoho Forms offers inbuilt advanced analytics that give you real time insights into how your forms are performing, if they're being filled out on desktop or mobile. You can see how many people have started and completed your forms and how much time they spend on them, and much more data like this. These insights help you identify what's working in the form and what's not. For example, if you see high drop off rate on a particular page in your multi-page form, you can adjust your form fields to make it more user friendly. Similarly, if you notice a strong engagement from a specific region, you can focus your marketing efforts there. And with Zoho Forms, you can build forms that comply with major global standards like HIPAA, GDPR, WCAG, ensuring your forms are accessible to everyone, including those with disabilities. So Zoho Forms integrates seamlessly with other apps in the Zoho ecosystem like Zoho CRM, Zoho Campaigns, Zoho Desk, Zoho Creator, and a lot more. It integrates with popular third-party tools like Salesforce, Google Sheets, Google Drive, Microsoft Teams, etc. You can integrate forms with any app you already use for your business with our automation platform like Zoho Flow, helping you build even complex workflows without writing a single line of code. So, in this webinar, our focus is going to be the integration between Zoho Forms and Bigin by Zoho CRM. Now, let's say a potential A fills out an inquiry form on your website. Instead of manually copying that data into your CRM, Zoho Forms instantly sends that information straight to your Bigin account without any delays. You can map the form fields to any module in Bigin, be it contacts or any other custom module that you've created, so your sales pipeline stays updated in real time, giving your team immediate access to fresh leads and customer information. It's a smooth, seamless way to streamline data collection and boost your response time for growing your business. So, we already talked about how many ways you can share your forms in Zoho Forms. You can capture leads around the clock from all over the world through multiple channels. And every time someone fills out a form, whether they're signing up for a free trial, requesting a call back, or downloading a brochure, their data flows directly into Begin. So in essence, you're creating multiple touch points for engagement and automatically building a healthy sales pipeline inside Begin. Now, to understand this more clearly, let's look at a demonstration. So let's imagine that you have a software company like Farah said, which is Zilker, that sells different software products like a project management tool for teams and a ticketing system like Zilker Desk and a finance app for invoicing. And prospects land on their website every day. If all you capture is just their name and email, your sales team is left guessing. They don't know if it's a startup with 5 users or an enterprise with 200 agents. They don't know if the person is evaluating your finance tool or urgently needs a project management solution. So let me share the form builder of Zoho Forms. I hope you're able to see this. This is how your Zoho Forms account is going to look like once you log in. So I already have a form created here, which is a demo request form that is embedded on the website of Zilker, which has all these required fields like name, email, company name, phone, job role, the Zilker product that they're interested in, the users that would be using Zilker projects, the average monthly invoicing volume, how many support agents will use the tool, timeline to purchase, and if they would like a callback from sales. Now, these 3 questions are not really required for anybody who is choosing different products here. So if somebody chooses Zilker projects, all they want to see is how many users will be using Zilker projects. They wouldn't want to answer what's their average monthly invoicing volume. So for this, you can set up conditional rules. So we already have conditional rules configured here. Let me delete one rule and show you how it works. So you just click on new rule. If the Zilker product that they are interested is Zilker projects, then you show the field how many users would be using Zilker projects. And you just add. So likewise, we have 2 more rules added. One is if it is Zilker books, you would show what's their monthly invoicing volume. And if it's Zilker desk, then you would show how many support agents they will use. So let's see in action how this works. So this is a form in live. And if I choose Zilka projects, I immediately see this question, how many users would be using Zilka projects? Similarly, there'll be different questions for different users choosing different products. And this is the settings tab where you can configure your email notifications, SMS and WhatsApp notifications that can be sent to your users submitting the form. And you can also host your forms from your own custom domain. And you can send pre-filled forms by getting data from any other software that you use by using this dynamic pre-filled webhook option. And you also can produce very nice, beautiful PDFs using this PDF editor. You can translate your form from here to different languages. And you also have the options to capture geolocation details of your respondents. You have the save and resume option, which gives you an option to set up a save button on your form that will give your respondents the option to save their form response and resume filling it later. And you can also control spam submissions from these options. You have OTP verification through email, SMS, and WhatsApp again. You have this double opt-in confirmation through email. You can use Zoho Forms CAPTCHA or Google reCAPTCHA, all these to control spam. And like we talked about compliant forms, you can build HIPAA compliant forms from here, and you can send push notifications from here, and all these things can be set up from the settings tab. And like we said, you can customize your forms to your liking. Here we have a gallery of pre-built form templates. You can just preview it uh, here by clicking that icon, and you can see all those pre-built templates on the right like this. You can preview how your form would look on desktop, tablet, or a mobile, and just apply that theme. And if you want to customize that theme to your liking, you also have an advanced theme customization builder here, where you can customize every section, every inch of your form. And here is the share tab. You can share your form publicly using this form permalink. And you can also share it as a QR code in your offline events like this. You can share it to specific users in your organization with the permission that you want. Like if you would like them to modify the form entries and reports, or if you want them just to modify the form and submit them. And you can also share it with groups and all users in your organization. And these are all the embed options that we have provided in Zoho Forms. All you have to do is just copy the code that we have provided here and paste it in your website, and the forms will automatically get embedded on your site. We also have Lightbox pop-up form, which is a very nice tool to grab the attention of your website audience. Once they have interacted with your website a bit, you can then show or pop up a form on your website. And this is where you send email campaigns, forms with email campaigns. And here is where you track your form entries with options like UTM tracking, Google Tag Manager, and embedded form tracking for forms that are embedded on your website. And you also have multi-level conditional approvals in Zoho Forms. So there are both basic and advanced levels. In advanced level, you can use if and or conditions and or conditions, a lot of conditions here to build multi-level workflows, and your approvers can automatically approve or deny these form submissions and then pass it on to the next level. So we're not touching the approvals part for this webinar. And here is the integration tab. So you see all the native integrations of Zoho Forms listed here. Here you just find Bigin under CRM. You get into this and you click integrate. So now I am choosing the contacts module. to integrate my form with, and let's map all the form fields. First name, and then we have company name, I'm trying to map as many fields as I can here so that we see how the data is falling into Bigin. And we click integrate. So this map data, once somebody submits your form, will go and fall into the Bigin CRM. You can also add not just a contact, but information related to this contact that's getting added by using the related list option. So the data associated with contacts could be notes, tasks, events, calls, pipelines. So for example, if I want to add pipelines related to the contacts that are being added, we see all the pipelines that have been added in Begin here. So as Farah has shown, we had 4 pipelines that were added: customer onboarding, customer support, customer testimonials, and sales pipeline. So I'm trying to integrate sales pipeline here and mapping the fields again. So with Silk product, how many support agents? Yeah, so I think I have pretty much mapped a lot of fields here. I'm also adding a tag record option here so that you know where your entries are coming from in your Begin account. So you can add maybe company name and integrate. Right. So now we'll submit a form and see if the data is falling into Begin. Right. So I'm taking Amelia Wilson. Amelia at the rate of Wilco.com. Company name will be Zilka Corp. I'm just giving a random phone number here. Let's say she's the marketing manager and she chooses to buy Zilka Desk. And here the question has popped up: how many support agents will be using the tool? Let's say 51 to 200. Let's say the timeline to purchase is immediate. And yes. So before you go and check in Begin if it's fallen, you have this all entries section in your Zoho Forms account. This is the entry that we have just submitted. If you scroll to the right, you can see the status in Begin. It's still pending. So let's refresh and see if it's been added. Yes. So now the new record and the related list have been added. Now you go to your Begin account, you go to the contacts and see if this is added.
You can see Amelia there. It's right on top of Sophie Miller.
Yeah, right. Right, it's added here, and under pipelines, I think there's a connectivity issue, guys. It's not switching between the tabs. Let me hard refresh this. Right. So under pipelines, you have the sales pipeline where we added the related list. So here you see Amelia at the rate of zilka.com. So all the information that you have added, the mobile, the email, the product that she's interested in, her job role, how many support agents will use the tool, and the timeline to purchase, if she would like a callback from sales, everything is added here without any effort, directly, automatically from Zoho Forms. Right? So this is how the Zoho Forms Bigin integration works. So now I would leave it open for a Q&A session. Please ask your questions in the chat tab.
All right. I think we can read out the questions so that everybody is aware of, the queries other people might have. So the first question is Bigin different from Zoho CRM? Yes, Bigin is different from Zoho CRM. Bigin is built for small to mid-sized companies, whereas Zoho CRM is used for enterprise customers. Is Bigin part of Zoho One? Yes, Bigin is included in Zoho One. Can one scale from Bigin to CRM easily? Yes, you can definitely start using Bigin and scale to Zoho CRM. We also have migration options. Our team will help you out with migrating all of the data. I have a small company offering only digital subscription based products or solutions. I started using Zoho CRM and have customers and prospects in Zoho CRM. Can I easily start using Bigin without needing to manually re-enter all customer and prospect information? Yes, we do have migration option. You can migrate all of your contacts from Excel, Zoho CRM. If you're using any other CRM like Salesforce or HubSpot, we do have migration options available. You can import all of your data into Bigin. I assume that Bigin integrates to all available apps in Zoho One. Yes, Bigin integrates with all applications of Zoho. Can I allocate a pipeline to user data captured via Zoho Forms? Yes, definitely. You can create a pipeline, and like Samita showed, when you integrate forms in Bigin, it will ask you which pipeline you want to link this form to. So you can click on the pipeline that you want all of the data to be flowed from Zoho Forms to Bigin. You can do that as well. What is the limit of contacts that can be added to Bigin? There's no module specific limitations. It's only based on overall record storage. Can I have Zoho CRM and Bigin run simultaneously in Zoho One so that I can test specific use cases in both apps at once? Yes, you can definitely use Bigin and Zoho CRM if you are using Zoho One. And I would also like to tell you that you can purchase a certain licenses for Zoho CRM. Like say your top management wants to pull in reports, want to see analytics, all of that. You can do that using Zoho One. And for all the employees, Bigin accounts can be purchased. So you can use both CRM and Bigin simultaneously. So Zoho Forms doesn't have analytics is the question. By default, we cannot create analytics for the collected data in our system, but you can create a report and add filters based on the collected data. Or you can also integrate Zoho Forms with Zoho Analytics to get a more detailed, a reporting tool. Can we integrate Zoho Forms with books? Yes, you can definitely integrate Zoho Forms and Zoho Books. I am mainly dealing only contact information. How is it helpful for me? You can create, if you want only a contact form, then you can use the native forms of Bigin to just get the contact details from customers. But if you want more functionalities in a form like Samita showed you about, themes, the custom rules, the logics, the background image, if you want your branded your brand's logo in the form, to do all of this you can use Zoho Forms. Did that form also create a company record as well for the contact and deal? So we had integrated only the contacts module. If you want the company's module, you can also integrate the company's module with a form. My Bigin account and Zoho Forms account created with two different emails. One is from business email and another is with personal email. Can I still integrate both of them? I don't think this is possible. For integration, you need to have the same accounts in Bigin and Zoho Forms. Only then the integration will work. Can we have user level or role based restrictions like Zoho CRM? Yes, we do have roles and permissions in Bigin. We also have pipeline permissions so that you can give access only to the sales team for the sales pipeline. Even in the sales pipeline, you can give certain people only access to view the data. Or if you want somebody to edit the data, you can give access only to edit data. If I have several users, can some use Bigin and others one? You can, you'll have to purchase, if you are already using Zoho One, then you can use Bigin separately and other products separately. But if you want the same users, if you want different users to use Bigin, you can purchase Bigin license for them, and you can purchase Zoho One license and try to add them as users. Yes, the recording of this webinar will be available. It would be sent it to you via an email. Mainly Zoho form is to submit by customers only, right? I think you can create a form even for internal employees as well. Can I have Zoho CRM and Bigin run simultaneously in Zoho? Yes, you can definitely have Zoho CRM and Bigin. Can I have both a lead pipeline and sales deal pipeline like in Zoho CRM? Uh, there is a feature called team pipelines where you can create multiple pipelines. So you can name one pipeline for MQL, that is lead pipeline, and another pipeline can be named as sales pipeline. All right, I think we've reached the end of the questions as well. Thank you so much to everybody who's taken out the time to join this webinar. We really hope that this webinar that covered the integration of Bigin and Zoho Forms proves to be helpful for your business. Looking forward to seeing you all in our next webinar session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.